What's up guys, I'm ChasingLamely. Welcome back to Lameville on City Skylines. We're just taking a little bit of a stroll through the centre of Lameville as we follow this young lady on her way to work. She's heading for the drugstore, which is just around the corner, so it's only a small intro. I forgot to mention in the first episode, by the way, we're playing with all of the new DLC up to and including Sunset Harbour. I don't know why this is a little bit laggy, it doesn't seem to like first person mode very much, but I'm sure we'll get over it as we head to hopefully what will be the drugstore. And there we go. So that was a little tour with Holly Lee there, and let's have a little look and see where we're at in terms of what has changed since the first. I said what's changed. Literally the only thing that's changed since the first episode. We had a little bit of a power crisis, so I've installed the coal power plant just to produce enough power to, you know, keep things ticking over nicely whilst we continue this city build. So, in the last episode, we made it to Little Hamlet, which means we've now got loans to play with. We've got garbage, healthcare, and education unlocked. So we're going to insert today a landfill site, an elementary school, and a medical clinic. Those are our missions for the day, and then we'll see if we can push the population, which is growing quite rapidly, to be honest, up to Worthy Village, which will get us a new square if we need it. Some districts policies, second loan, district specialisation, service policies, fire department, police department, unique buildings, forestry and agriculture specialisation, and a few new policies and new buildings that we can play with. So maybe we'll do one milestone today, maybe we'll do two. First thing we do though is take out a loan, because even though we're making money, we don't actually have any money to do any building. So let's start by doing that. It's going to give us an extra 20,000 simoleons in the bank, and the first thing I want to do is insert a power station. So while we do that, let's just finish this road off, because I don't know why that road disappeared. That building's going to disappear, but I'm sure we'll get over it. And we will increase this out here just a touch, to level off with there, just so we can add in our landfill site, because the landfill site is going to be very important to us, I feel, going forward. So we'll put that there. Let's just fill in all those gaps we just left by destroying things and building things. So we'll throw those two in there. Do they have water? They've got water. That's good. Everything is covered. So we need to work out where we're going to put our school. And obviously our school needs to be somewhere near these houses, so let's get rid of the education tab. I think anyone who plays City Skylines knows what the education tab does now. I'm trying to work out where we should put our school. There's part of me saying it should be here in the square, but I did say I was going to leave that for a park. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to build off of this road here. I don't want to put the junction too close, so we'll put it in. We'll put it in there. Why not? We'll start off there, because that could be a good place for both our elementary school, which we can put maybe nicely up against here on the corner. And then we will also, if we have the money, which we don't quite yet, but we will do shortly, we'll throw in our medical clinic. Let's just make sure they have water. They have water. Do they have power? They do, because of the roads mod. Of course they do. I forgot we were using the electrified roads mod. And we've also got a little bit of a demand for some housing. So I'm going to try and get some housing up in there too, because that seems like the right thing to do. So let's get into doing some of that, because that feels like the right thing for us at this time. Obviously I haven't sorted out these junctions yet. Once we unlock the roads for them, I will be doing so. I just need to work out what junctions we need, because that's going to be pretty much key, and we are going to start gathering. In fact, we might almost immediately, if I speed that up, get the money to throw in the medical clinic. We do. So if we put the medical clinic just there, they are going to need some water, because they won't be connected up to the main water line, but that's absolutely fine. It says not enough money. Come on, give me the money. Show me the money. There we go. Showed me the money. I gave them the water. And do you know what? Let's put a few houses in here, because they have a nice place to live right next to the school. And yeah. So what's everyone doing at the moment? I mean, apart from staying inside, I hope, because you've all hopefully been told by now that staying inside is the thing we're all doing. But you know, let me know in the comments below what you're doing with your time, because I can always use the inspiration if I'm quite honest. I've just launched a podcast. You can find it on Spotify if you'd like to. It's called Conversations with Complete Strangers, yeah, go and check it out, and maybe share that with some friends. That's done awful things to the landscaping. I'm not sure I like that, but we can come back to that in a second. Obviously, the lack of money from putting those two things in has hurt us a little bit. But what I'm going to do is put a little bit of a housing area in here. But I'm going to use more of a curved road for it, I think. So we'll maybe bring that in there. And it's going to tell me I've not got enough money, because of course it is. In fact, let's start that again, because that was not doing what I wanted to do. Bring the road to there, and then we'll bring the road out maybe to here. In fact, let's leave it there for now. We can build off of that. That's not a problem. When it lets me select the thing I'm trying to select, that's got the look of a nice place for a little bit of a housing estate in there, I think. So we're going to put some houses there. We'll throw some autosave. Love an autosave when you're least expecting it. Throw some houses there. I don't want to put any houses on the roundabout, because that's always a mistake. If you're new to the game, not on a roundabout. It just causes chaos later on, and you'll end up destroying people's homes to try and make up for the chaos you've caused. You know, with roundabout building. In fact, we might just be able to squeeze a little house in there. So we'll squeeze a little house in there. See, we're starting to build some money back up now, and hopefully people will start moving into this area here. We'll make sure that everyone is hooked up to a water supply, because it turns out people don't do very well when they don't have water. There you go, science tips and everything. People don't do well without water. So we're heading rapidly for that next milestone. I'm trying to work out where in the world I'd like to put this extra house. We also need some more shops, which is starting to become a small issue. I guess since we've already ruined the landscaping here, we may as well just continue ruining the landscaping. I don't want to bring this down too far, because I don't want people living next to our industrial area. It's great for them getting to work, but it's not great for anything else. So I think what we'll do, we'll put a shopping area in here, because people, as you may be aware, people enjoy shopping. I don't know why, but people enjoy shopping. So we're going to throw. In fact, we'll make this an entirely commercial area here. If we put the bucket fill tool on, we'll fill that with shops. We'll fill that with shops. And this section here, and then on the end of that road, we'll use our square fill, and we'll square fill up to there, so we don't again block the roundabout, because that's never ever a thing people enjoy. What I'd like to, I think, is maybe put a coastal road down here and fill that with housing. I think that could be really nice. I don't want to bring it too close to, obviously, the wind turbine, because people will start getting sick, and then we'll see how good that hospital is. But I think maybe to there should be fine, and if we bring a little curve there, and as soon as it lets me have the money for it, because money is going to be an issue, we're going to add the coastal road to here, and we'll connect it up. Let's give it a moment. I'm gonna come back when I've got that road in, and we'll continue building, because, you know, I'll show you what we've done in a second. That's going to be the easiest way of doing this. It's very finicky, so those should be being managed as necessary. And yeah, let's get that firehouse in, and we'll play to the next milestone. Let's just do that. So 12,000 needed for that. Okay, I'm going to come back when I've placed that, and we'll carry on. So if we reached our next milestone, sorry, not our next milestone, we've finally got the firehouse in. Let's English properly. So everyone now happy that they're covered. Hasn't quite covered this area here. Maybe we need another fire department in here. But also we need to have a look at things like the zoning. So if I can remember where to find the zoning in the industry tab, which zoning, brain, zoning, the zoning tab. There we go, districts. So we have the ability to turn things into either farming or generic industry, or of course forestry. We shouldn't have any forestry. If I remember rightly, that's the forest brush. Why can't I? There's my natural resources tab. So you can see we have a forestry area here that we could possibly build, which will help with some of the noise here, but will also create traffic, so I have to be very careful how we use it. We also have some forestry in here, so what I might do is just paint in a small district where this forestry there, if it will let me do both at the same time. Does it? Yeah, of course it will, why not? Let's use the small brush, because if we use the big brush I will make errors. In fact, it looks like the vast majority of this, although we won't use all of it because we do want to have some generic industry as well. The vast majority of this district here, I know there's people who's going to bother that I don't like properly do it in a tidy square manner, but sorry, I guess. That's not even done what I told it to do. Let's brush over that. Brush over that. I'll give that a tidy up eventually. Willow Park, I like the name Willow Park. There we go. And I can give that a little bit of a tidy up. If I just zoom in a little bit, we can get rid of all that was there before. Can we not? Can we not get rid of all that was there before? Ah, that's fine. I'm sure we'll all get over that. So Willow Park, what we're going to do is we're going to designate that as being a forestry area using that tool, and then what you should start to see is these buildings will disappear and get replaced with slightly more forestry specific ones. Now I can still bring this area out here, and I might well bring this area out here. In fact, I will bring that area out there just to create some jobs. I think maybe if we let's use the proper tool. We'll bring that out to here. We'll go across that way, make a little T-junction, make another little T, the other side of the T-junction there. And then what I might do actually is carry on that road down here, because we can always do with expanding the forestry area. That's never, or the industry area. And then if I bring that out just a touch, we can bring that down level with there. Let's bring that to there, and then I should be able, just so things aren't looking totally gritty, let's give that a nice curve in the road, and we'll bring it round to there. And we're going to add some more industry area into here, because there will be a demand for jobs because of what we've done thus far, obviously. So if we bring that out, it's the eternal struggle when you start a new town. You constantly run out of money, so let's take care of that. So you can see what we've done now. We've put all these roads in, just a little road system. We've got a demand for more commercial, so we'll throw a little bit more commercial down here as well, just to make that look a bit better. We can also add some industry in, so if we throw some industry in here, some of these might well find themselves disappearing quite rapidly as we expand, but that is unfortunately how these things go. Eventually I'd like to get some offices up here too, but you know, we'll do it the best we can with them. Remember, there's power lines there because I put them there. Yeah, so filled in this area with some, so this will give us a good mix now of some generic and some more, let's do that properly, some much more forestry based industry. So just paint that in there, and then everything else in that square there should be able to go commercial without affecting the roundabout too much. Yeah, there we go. So we've got an area now for more businesses to move in. You can already see like the logging industry is starting to come in. So we've got things like original wood products and planks for life and the lumber mill. Original wood products and planks for life seem to be taking over. Fine furniture's having a go at getting in there. But yeah, we've got some signs of industrial life. I feel like it's frustrating that we can't get people through there, but what I might do, because I should, do I have access to the parks tool? I don't have access to the parks tool yet, do I? I don't have access to making paths just yet. As soon as I have access to making paths, I think what we'll do is we'll throw in a few paths to connect everything together. But yeah, now things are just going to sort of slowly grow. You can see this area of town here is filled in quite nicely. People are still moving in. We are just on the cusp, but you can see here, of turning into a tiny town. That should happen very shortly. At which point we'll be able to have things like canals, which I forget which DLC that came with it. I want to say the industry DLC. New fences. See, I've got some racetrack parts. I can build a racetrack if I choose to, which might be a thing that happens. We can finally have some parks, a public library, a high school, all the basic things that you want. And what have we got unique buildings wise? The winter market, the Chirpex launch site once we reach a population of 48,000. Yeah, a few little things we can bring in. So let's hope we get to there as soon as possible. We haven't quite made any of the big achievements yet. We have still got a demand for housing, but hopefully that should take care of itself. And I think what we're about to do is hit that tiny town milestone. So that's going to be where we leave the episode, I think, at Tiny Town, because, you know, we're going to have reasons to keep building. Plus it means the next episode will be a bumper big episode, and I can start throwing in little paths and stuff everywhere off camera so people can walk around, because that also, I'm sure, would be appreciated by the masses, not having to drive everywhere. Let's see how the traffic's doing very quickly before we get to Tiny Town. Are we doing okay on traffic? It's a little bit forming here. Is it traffic or just busy? Let's see if there's anything I can do to help that along using the traffic manager tool. Let's go into the overhead view because it just makes life a little bit easier. I think we should be fine. And there we go, we've hit Tiny Town. So I'm going to go off camera and fix all of that stuff, and we'll come back in the next episode, because that feels like the way to go. Hey guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like and subscribe button. We're riding on board with a forestry truck so we can get a good look into our city. Look at that beautiful view. Then yeah, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to stick around for more City Skylines content, the next episode we'll be heading for the next milestone, which gives us a whole bunch of things up to it, including a way to fix those highways. So we go past the old big bite straight into the town square, and lots of people out and about. We've got some old people, a hot dog van, things are looking good, everything's going fine. But yeah, until next time guys, you can find me on all of the social medias at ChasingLamely. Links for stuff in the description below if you want to check that out. And otherwise, yeah, until next time guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.